Welcome back to another video. It is Sunday, which means it's time to prep for the week. I will chop all my veggies and tell you what I'll be making with them. And I did get a little bit of a head start, and I made some pulled pork in the Ninja Foodi on the slow cooker function, and I pressure cooked some ribs to get a little head start. I'm gonna make a keto barbecue sauce that will go with both. This is for my dinner tonight with some potato wedges and some coleslaw. And the pulled pork I'm gonna have with tacos on Tuesday and some other meals throughout the day with some low carb wraps and some low carb rolls. So yeah, let's just get started. Let's put these in the fridge. So we're starting with some celery, because I'm going to make some pumpkin soup for Meatless Monday. And that is one of the aromatics. And then, yeah, let's do some chilies. I'll put some of the chilies in my barbecue sauce for some heat. I'll use some for some pasta later in the week. And yeah, what else? I'm gonna make some curry, so I'm gonna make a curry paste today. That's why I have some of the small green peppers. And I'll also put some chili in the pumpkin soup just to get a little spice in. So I don't usually prepare whole meals because I like having the ingredients so I can still change the menu around a little bit. So, yeah, I need some turmeric too. Turmeric stains really bad, by the way, so don't let it sit in anything that you particularly care about. I'll add some lemongrass too. And for the turmeric, I'm actually going to put a glove on because last time I peeled it without a glove. I had yellow fingers for several days. Just gonna slice up some nice ginger. Everything is gonna go in the mixer, but it helps if you cut it a bit, but you don't have to go too fine. For this, I just need the stalks of the cilantro. And we'll just use this for some garnish throughout the week for some meals. Actually, we'll add a little bit to that. And the last thing for the curry paste is some shallots. And I'll just rough chop these as well to help the mixer out a little bit. let's go blitz this up. Alright, there we go. And we'll just transfer that to a jar so it takes up less space in the fridge, and also that doesn't stain like the plastic does. So yeah, that's for chicken curry on Wednesday. Actually, we'll do some leek first. And I'll throw this in the pasta, and maybe I'll put a little in the pumpkin soup as well. And this will go in the pumpkin soup, and I'll put some in the barbecue sauce. And just for the color, I'm using regular onions, and I'll use the red onions for some coleslaw and for the pasta because, well, they taste better. Finely chopped some onion. This will go in the coleslaw, this will go in the pasta. I'm sure if I'm forgetting things, but yeah, just 2 of those. And we'll get some cauliflower going. I'm gonna use this for 2 things. I'm gonna make some cauliflower wings tomorrow, and I'm also going to make some low-carb wraps. That should be enough for the wings. Just trying to get the most wing-shaped pieces of cauliflower. And I just have a pot of boiling water that I'm going to steam this over. And then we'll do some broccoli for broccoli with sausage on Tuesday for lunch. Another low carb option. Yeah, I'll just do it all. And I save the stems for broccoli rice. And we're going to make a nice big batch of coleslaw using red cabbage. I'll have some tonight with my ribs, probably with my wings tomorrow as well. And I'll also throw it in with my tacos probably, and maybe my barbecue pork rolls. We'll see, I can just use that for everything. And I'll just chop these finely for the pasta. You know what? We'll just make the coleslaw. Add some salt. And some fresh pepper. A bit of mustard. I like it quite mustardy. And some mayo. With my ribs, I'll have some potato wedges. I'll just throw those in the air fryer when I do my ribs as well. And this is just going to be for the pumpkin soup. Okay, we're gonna clean this up, and we are back. The cauliflower has finished steaming, so we'll put that in a clean towel and just let that cool a little bit. Okay. And let's get started on the pumpkin soup. A little bit of oil, some onion, celery. We'll throw in some red peppers as well, or chilies, and a little bit of garlic. So we'll saute that first. Well, actually, let's put a little bit of salt in. Not too much because we'll add some vegetable stock or cubes later, but a little bit to help sweat them down. And we'll also get the barbecue sauce started. So again, start with some oil. Get some fresh onion in there. And we'll do a bit of garlic. and some red chilies for some heat. Also a bit of salt. And we will get that spreading away. So while we were waiting for the cauliflower, I also grated some cheese. And I'm just gonna let this steam up a bit and let cool down, and then I'll add an egg and the cheese after I wring everything out. And that's how we'll make our low-carb wraps. The vegetables have softened, so now we'll add some tomato. Just a little bit of water to help it get started, but not too much. And here we will add pumpkin. Some vegetable stock. Some water, and we'll get that back on the heat and let this all simmer down. Add some of our apple cider vinegar. And some smoked paprika. And normally I would use some Worcestershire sauce, but I want to keep it vegan because I'm also going to use that tomorrow for Meatless Monday. So instead I'm just going to try some tamarind. That should also add a nice bit of umami flavor. And tamarind is actually one of the ingredients of Worcestershire sauce. So I won't add the sweetener now because I'm using a liquid stevia, and I don't want to cook that too long. So I'll add that later to taste. The cauliflower is cool enough to handle now. It's still quite warm, but you can let it cool all the way down, but I'm in a little bit of a hurry. So you just want to squeeze out as much water as possible. It's already starting to look a bit like a dough. I'll squeeze that a little bit more. Okay, that should be good enough for just getting rid of the water now. You don't have to use cheese, but it makes it more supple, because otherwise you have a good chance of the wraps breaking. And just like any dough, you can use a tortilla press, so just put some down. A little piece on top. baking sheet. Put that on. And we'll use the top piece for the bottom now. A little more of the dough. Some more parchment. And the last one. And we'll put this in a hot oven, about 250 Celsius. I don't know how much that is in Fahrenheit, like 450, 500, something like that, for about 10 minutes, and we'll check on it. As soon as it starts to brown, then they're done. And our cauliflower wraps are looking pretty good. Just a little brown, just the way you want them. And because we put cheese in them, when they cool off, they're going to be nice and pliable still. If you don't add the cheese, they will still work, they will still hold together, but the chances are that they'll break when you try to pick them up. And that barbecue sauce is done. I gave it a quick blitz with my immersion blender and had a little taste. It's nice and spicy, just enough acidity from the apple cider vinegar and the tamarind. And now I'll try it for sweetness. Just a little more. I think that's it. Perfect. And I just finished blending up the pumpkin soup, so that's the last of the food prep for today. If you want to see what else I make with all the veggies I prepared earlier, for example, check out my Instagram. That's linked in the description. I post all my meals there, and you will also find my full menu there. And yeah, tune in next time, and I'll see you soon.